Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you all on Business Today Television. In our special segment, Superstar Funds, we focus on quality investments that you can make for the medium to long term, which will generate phenomenal wealth for you and of course for all your which will generate phenomenal wealth for you in the medium to long term. Today we focus on a mid-cap fund known as Edelweiss Mid Cap Fund. This fund was set up in 2007, December to be precise, and it has done phenomenal amount of work over the last 10 years or so. Let me just give you a statistic. If you had started investing in 2015 in this fund, a monthly SIP of 10,000 rupees, all that you would have put up was 12 lakh rupees, and that amount, ladies and gentlemen, would have been somewhere like 40 lakh 68,000 rupees. It's a phenomenal return of 23.1% CAGR, and all because of fantastic stock picking and of course great timing of the market as well. Let's dig a little deeper into what Edelweiss Mid Cap Fund has done so far. As I have said, the fund has a very strong earnings track record. In the last 5 years or so, each year the fund has appreciated 34%, and in the last 10-year period, it's given a normal return of about 19.22%. So CAGR return is much higher compared with just a lump sum investment. As more details are there on your screen, but let's just look at how the fund has performed. The net asset value of the direct route is 117.76. The fund has a decent AUM of about 11,000 crore rupees that's invested in 77 stocks. Let's look at the portfolio so far. About 77 stocks are in this particular fund, and of the AUM of about 10,988 crore rupees, about 98% is into funds and about 2% is into cash. Of the top 10 stocks, 27% of AUM is deployed, and in the top 5 stocks, 16% of AUM has been deployed. As we all know, mid caps are very widely distributed, and therefore it is not a heavily concentrated fund but a widely held fund. Now let's come to the outperformers that are doing fairly well in Edelweiss Mid Cap Fund. As you can see, in the top 5 you have 2 mid cap IT stocks that have done phenomenally well. On the first and third rank is Persistent and CoForge. Both of them over the last 5 years or so have created a phenomenal wealth, and if you look at the last 6 months or so, both in CoForge and Persistent, Edelweiss has increased its position as far as the performance is concerned. On the second space is Max Healthcare. This is a stock which has been making record highs, and again over the last 6 months or so, the fund has increased its holding in Max Healthcare. Followed by Solar Industries. This is an outperforming stock. It has created a lot of wealth in the past 7-8 months. I'll request the PCR to kindly fire the chart of Solar Industries. Yes, that's a 1-year return, and remember there is a bit of a profit booking happening in the last 2 or 3 sessions, but a phenomenal return is what Edelweiss has made as far as Solar Industries is concerned. We are followed by Marico, Page Industries, and of course PB Fintech and Indian Bank. Indian Bank and Marico are also near record highs. So again, Edelweiss Mid Cap Fund has benefited immensely out of these holdings. Now it has invested in a total of 9 sectors. Edelweiss Mid Cap Fund's top 3 sectors account for 42% of the AUM, and the heaviest weighted ones of course are financials, where 23.6% of the fund's AUM is into financials, consumer discretionary, and of course industrial. So these are the top 3 sectors in which the fund has invested quite a lot of money. As far as this is the return that I was talking about. You've invested 12 lakh rupees across 10 years, and lump sum 10,000 rupees each month. It has turned into a lump sum of 40.69 lakhs. So that's a 23% CAGR each year for the last 10 years. This is something really, really noteworthy. And let's now look at one very, very important parameter as far as risk is concerned. Over the last 3 years, Edelweiss Mid Cap has delivered higher returns than most of its peer level, and it has been a little more volatile than most. More importantly, in the last 3 years, the fund has fallen less than its benchmark during market decline. So when the market falls, it falls less than the mid cap index, and when of course it rises, of course it outperforms. Now one more interesting thing is the return. It's 23.1% CAGR over the last 10 years, but look at the performance. It ranks 3rd out of 19 funds in the 10-year period, again 3rd in the 7-year period, 5th in the 5-year period, and 4th in the 3rd-year period. So it is always in the upper quartile of top performers. That's a very, very interesting thing to look at. And this is the outperformance, ladies and gentlemen, which needs to be a part of your portfolio. Edelweiss Mid Cap Fund, if you look at the NAV growth, that's been substantial. In the last 3 years, the direct plan has given an annualized return of 30.5%. So 3-year, 5-year, 7-year, 10-year track record of the fund is phenomenal if you have invested in a SIP fashion. Lump sum have also performed, but as I have said, SIPs have outperformed lump sums. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, the fund view on Edelweiss Mid Cap. As always, you should have 1 or 2 mid cap funds in your portfolio, and in the overall mutual fund portfolio, about 30 to 40% of your assets can be in mid cap funds. So keep an eye out on this fantastic superstar mid cap fund, which has done immensely well, created phenomenal wealth, and done great service to all those investors and unit holders that have held it for a longer period. Thank you for watching.
आज का भारत अभी भी सारे जहां से अच्छा दिखता है.
Astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla paying tribute to India from space while bidding farewell to the International Space Station ahead of the undocking session of the Dragon capsule.